Good evening, everyone, and if you can take your seats, please. Okay, welcome, everyone. I'm Julian Skirm, and I'm the university's Director of Social Responsibility and Civic Engagement, and I'm delighted to welcome you to this year's Making a Difference Awards. These are always the highlight of our calendar of social responsibility activities. They're the Oscars of social responsibility, if you like. And as with the Oscars, there may be tears, there may be some impromptu speeches, some dresses may get split, but we promise to deliver something equally celebratory because this year is, of course, our 200th anniversary. And I need to start by saying that, as you may be aware, there's an ongoing protest across the road in Brunswick Park and indeed outside. So we apologize that some people have not been able to get into the building as easily or even at all, and we're trying to address that at the moment. But we're not anticipating any disruption to the event itself, and we've carried out a full risk assessment with support from our campus support and security team. So if we do get any disruption, please be calm. We've got established protocols to deal with any type of incident and behave because of our commitment to freedom of speech within the law. So people may enter the event. We would intend to allow protesters to have their say if they come into the event, and we would wish then to proceed with the event. So let's see how things go. All a bit of fun and has made the afternoon quite interesting in terms of organisation. So let me get on to some important other housekeeping tonight. To make sure you're paying attention to the other bits of housekeeping, I'm going to give you 5 housekeeping announcements, and one of them is not real, so see if you can work it out. Okay, number 1, there's no planned fire alarm test tonight, so if you hear an alarm, you need to leave immediately, and you'll be instructed by our fire marshals about where to gather and exit the building. So that's number 1. Number 2, some of you might have phones, so please turn these to silent, but don't turn them off, of course, because we would like you to tweet about the event throughout the evening, so please feel free to do that, and you can find lots of updates that we're doing. We have a social media team there using the hashtag MADAwards, Making a Difference Awards, MADAwards, the hashtag. So that's number 2. Number 3 of my housekeeping announcements. There are toilets downstairs and accessible toilets just outside the entrance to the hall. Number 4, please note that this event is being filmed and live streamed on the University of Manchester's YouTube channel. So if you have friends, colleagues or family members at home, please let them know and get them to tune in. It's my opportunity again to say hello to Nalan's mum, who always tunes in each year as well. So hello Nalan's mum, you're very welcome as well. And finally, my housekeeping announcements, number 5, please feel free to charge your glasses throughout the evening, but note that any spare bottles of wine must not be left on your tables at the end. Instead, can each table please nominate someone to return all spare wine to the special organisers table at the front so that we can properly account for them at the end of the evening. Thank you very much. Okay, given we're here again for the Oscars of social responsibility, I'm sure you'll agree that the real Oscars this year were a real roller coaster, weren't they? You may recall a gripping insight into Anglo-American scientific endeavour in Oppenheimer, brilliant film. You may have been captivated by Emma Stone's outstanding performance in Poor Things. But I'm sure you'll join with me in believing that the biggest travesty in this year's Oscars was that Barbie, of course, was robbed of an award. On a personal level, this was the film I most profoundly identified with in 2023. So much so, in fact, that my team wanted me to adapt Ryan Gosling's chart-topping hit for tonight and sing you the song, I'm Just Julian. Do you want me to do it? No. In all seriousness, though, when I saw Barbie in the cinema, Ken's lyrics really did resonate with me. So much so that I thought I needed to share them with you tonight. Because they really hit home to me the profound pain of coming second in the world for our work towards the Sustainable Development Goals. So I will do a rendition. It's our 200th anniversary. I've never sung to people before on the Whitworth stage, so I'm going to do this. So this is about coming second in the world for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Doesn't seem to matter what I do. I'm always number 2. No one knows how hard I tried. Oh my. Come on, that's pretty good. People didn't believe I'd have enough guts to do that. I said I would. I don't think I regret it. I think I've got some genuine laughs there. Let's see. Okay, so before I teach you the full dance montage, though, I'd like to welcome our Vice President for Social Responsibility to formally open these awards. So to get the show on the road, please give it up for a man with great energy, our Vice President for Social Responsibility, Professor Nalin Thakur.
Thank you, Julian. I can confirm that I will definitely not join you in any dance montage or make any Barbie references when I hand over the stage to Nancy. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome from me. As Julian says, I'm the Vice President for Social Responsibility, and as an aging hippie, yes, despite my severe haircut, I was a hippie, and on a good day, I feel I have the best job in the world. And that's not just because of what I do, but I also have the privilege of working with one of my closest friends, Julian, or that's what it says here anyway, in the script he's written, and the fantastic team in the SR office, and wonderful colleagues right across the university. Today is one of those good days, of course, as we come together to learn about the wonderful contributions of so many people across our university community. As Nancy will tell you, in a moment, it's been another year of real success in social responsibility. And tonight, we get to see just a small fraction of what's been achieved. This year, we had another huge volume of entries to the awards from our staff, students, alumni, and external partners. We've got 17 different winners awards and 22 highly commended awards to hand out. So we're going to be busy. It's important we take this opportunity to recognize that it is the hard work of our students, all our staff, academic and PS, our alumni, and our external partners that makes this university what it is. And this is what I love about tonight. In our busy everyday lives, we rarely get a chance to stop and take time to reflect on how far we have come and to be able to celebrate the work that we do together. This is, of course, our bicentennial year in which we will celebrate the impact our university community has made in Manchester and our city region, in the UK, and around the world for the past 200 years. But tonight we get to focus on the last 12 months. So to officially open this event, I'm going to hand over to our President Vice Chancellor, Professor Dame Nancy Rothwell. Nancy, you've been to every single Making a Difference award, and a big thank you from all of us for that. We will, of course, miss you greatly at future ceremonies, but for tonight it gives me a great pleasure to once again ask you to please open this year's Making a Difference Awards.
So thank you, Nalin, thank you, Julian, and a very warm welcome from me and all of my colleagues to our 2024 Make a Difference Awards for Social Responsibility. Whether you're here as a member of staff, a current or a former student, a member of our Board of Governors or our General Assembly, an external partner, a judge, anyone who happens to be joining us online from wherever you may be, you're all very welcome indeed. We had our first Making a Difference Awards in 2015. Here in this hall. So this is the 10th. So we can have a party for the 10th, I think, amongst the many parties this year for our 200th birthday. And of course, it's also special for me personally because it will be my last Making a Difference Awards. Though I wouldn't mind an invite to attend in future if that's all right. At the end of July, of course, I will finish my period of 14 years as President and Vice Chancellor. I do want to assure you all that my successor, Duncan Iverson, has the same passion as I do for social responsibility and civic engagement. And if you read what he said on his appointment, you will know just how important that is to him. He's already met many people in social responsibility, and he's very impressed and keen to build on those successes. In fact, he says, Sydney watches Manchester for what you're doing and how you're doing it. So you'll be in safe hands, I can assure you. As we head towards the end of another year of success in social responsibility, I just want to share a few of the examples of what we've been doing to advance our social responsibility and civic engagement plan, which has 5 key priorities. The first of these, social inclusion, we've been awarded a Silver Race Equality Charter Mark, a Silver Athena Swan for gender equality, and Disability Confident Leader status. We received a £1.5 million transformational gift from one of our alumni, Simon Sadler, to launch new bursaries for students leaving care. And our Great Science Share for Schools, of course led by Ling Bianchi, a pioneering campaign dedicated to fostering scientific curiosity and education among young learners, has been granted the prestigious patronage of UNESCO. The second priority is prosperous communities, and in support of this, we achieved the maximal possible rating of very high engagement for intellectual property and commercialization in the knowledge exchange framework. We've published our revised strategic regeneration framework for Innovation District Manchester and have had it designated as part of the Greater Manchester Investment Zone, targeting growth and jobs in the advanced manufacturing sector, but also looking towards inclusive innovation. And we've launched 4 new projects in partnership with local businesses and Greater Manchester Combined Authority on artificial intelligence, sustainable materials, community health interventions, and genomic testing as part of the government's Innovation Accelerator Fund. The third priority, better health. We've launched a new cross-university initiative, Healthier Futures, which will help to support our vast range of work on addressing health inequalities and poor outcomes. We've supported students to make practical health improvements for the public through service learning initiatives in the Faculty of Biology, Medicine and Health. And we've deepened our partnership with the Kenyan government to tackle non-communicable diseases through improved health education in the western and central parts of the country. On environmental sustainability, we won the 2030 Climate Action Prize at the prestigious UK and Ireland Green Gown Awards. We work with our neighbours, Ardwick Climate Action, to launch a green route where local people can reduce exposure to pollution. And we've launched the iNaturalist app to allow staff, students and visitors to understand and appreciate campus wildlife. And just outside here in our main quad, soon you will see a very much greener space for students and staff to enjoy, hoping it's finished in time. We welcomed a new director under cultural engagement. We welcomed a new director at the Whitworth, Suk Kyung Lee, who joined us from the Tate Modern. We were proud to host a delegation at the Manchester Museum for the unconditional return of 174 cultural heritage items to the Aboriginal and Ilyaqua community, helping to create a more socially responsible future for our museum. And I was very proud also to welcome Her Royal Highness the Princess Royal to Jodrell Bank to formally mark Jodrell Bank's UNESCO World Heritage status. And Master's students in Humanities researched and curated a new exhibition at the Rylands covering the connections of our early benefactors to the transatlantic slave trade. Quite a lot has happened in the last year, much you can be proud of. And all of this means we continue to meet and exceed the targets for social responsibility set out in our strategy, Our Future. Currently, we're ranked top university in Europe and second in the world in the THE Impact ranking based on the Sustainable Development Goals, and we're the top-ranked university in Europe and third in the world in the QS Sustainability ranking based on social, environmental, and governance performance. We're in the highest quintile for public and community engagement in the Knowledge Exchange Framework, and we're only one of 2 universities in the UK to be awarded a Platinum Engagement Watermark, the very highest award for our work on public engagement. It's a key voluntary exercise we go through every 3 years to get external validation for what we do. And it is important that social responsibility should be assessed just as rigorously as all of our other activities. And for the public engagement watermark, I would like to particularly thank the leadership of Sheena Cruikshank, who's provided academic leadership to our public engagement work for the past 10 years. Thank you, Sheena. And this focus on public engagement is a great prompt to remind you that we hope you all get involved in our exciting Universally Manchester Bicentenary Festival, taking place from Thursday the 6th to Sunday the 9th of June. I know they're looking for volunteers as well as attendees. During the festival, more than 150 imaginative and immersive events will take place right across the campus, and you'll be able to curate your own events, your own programme, discussions, music, theatre, comedy, art, poetry, science, well-being. There will be something for all ages and all interests, and we will be welcoming our neighbours. But let me finish by passing on my sincere thanks to everyone who entered or nominated someone for award or spent time on one of our judging panels. We really appreciate your time and support, and everyone who features tonight should be very proud of their achievements. I also want to personally thank the team that has put this evening together. It's always an amazing event, and a particular huge thanks to Julian, who always makes it an incredible celebration, even if it is slightly cringeworthy at times. I say this every year because it's true. The recognition you receive tonight is so much more than a personal honour. By featuring and profiling your exemplary achievements, we know this acts as an inspiration to others to make their difference. And you all do make a huge difference. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and congratulations to the winners. Good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Now, for our next guest, the rest of the country has to make do with having Jeremy Hunt as their Chancellor. We're lucky, though, to have our very own Chancellor, and that, of course, is Nazir Afzal-Obi. So, Nazir, please, can you make your way to the stage? Nazir, thanks again for making the time to come along and present prizes to our highly commended and winning entrants. We really appreciate it.
No, I flew in 3 hours ago. That's how determined I was to be here. I'm delighted to be here once again for these awards. Can I just say, it was very brave of you, Julian, to mention the other Chancellor's name, Jeremy Hunt. A number of broadcasters have got that completely wrong.
Well, I was more worried about that than singing to you, which ought to be said, so I'm really glad to get that out of the way. You know, when you see the word and you have some moment, my team really wanted to take that out of the script. I kept it in, and I think I delivered it correctly. So I can relax now. But Nazir, can you tell us a bit about the format of the evening, please?
These are my second awards. We're making awards in 9 categories covering contributions from staff, students, alumni, and partners. For each category, we will have guest presenters who will reveal the highly commended awards and the overall winner. We hope that the highly commended entries will come up on the stage, and I will be able to bestow upon you this phenomenal certificate. And then the overall winners will come up and receive one of these money can't buy trophies. That's amazingly, money did buy this one.
So we'll then see a short film about each winning project, which highlights the impact of their work and references how they're addressing the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And tonight, Nazir will also be awarding 2 university medals for social responsibility, one for staff and one for alumni, and these will be revealed a little bit later on.
And regular attendees, i.e. people who've been here more than once, will remember that we have a tradition where we try and inject, or he tries and injects, small competitive and fun element to the proceedings. In the past, we've had Desert Island Discs, which myself, Nancy, and the former Chancellor have been involved in. And Julian, what are we planning to do this year?
So we thought we'd, given that this year is all about being in Manchester for 200 years, our band are going to play you 13 melodies tonight from Manchester's famous musical heritage. The first person to name both the artist and the song, we're going to be really strict, you need the correct song title, correct artist, using the hashtag MAD Awards, will win a copy of the fabulous book Manchester Unspun, one of my favourite books from the past few years. It's written by our alumnus Andy Spinoza and is printed by Manchester University Press as well. So the first people to tweet that with the right hashtag will win a copy of one of these books. And as I say, it's a fabulous book.
So we'll be buzzing to see who wins. Don't know why. These are his lines, by the way. I'm sharing with you his lines. And having heard him sing, you know exactly where they came from. Are you all mad for it?
Sorted, Nazir. Okay, so this just leaves us to say thank you. We have an interval around 7:30 p.m. and we plan to finish the awards around 8:30. So let's get started then. So let's get going, and I'd like to invite Professor April McMahon, Vice President for Teaching, Learning and Students, and Professor Dimitris Papato-Dimitriou, Vice Dean for SR in the Faculty of Humanities, onto the stage to present our first award category, which is Outstanding Teaching Innovation in Social Responsibility. Thank you.
There you go, almost an act of coordination between social responsibility and teaching and learning. Fantastic. So thank you so much, Julian. Dimitris and I are delighted to be presenting this award for Outstanding Teaching Innovation in Social Responsibility. And we've got 2 highly commended and 1 overall winner. Dimitris, can I ask you to announce the highly commended awards?
Thank you very much, April. The first highly commended award goes to a service learning initiative that developed new pharmacy student-led clinics on campus for staff and students. These clinics provide accessible health checks, raise awareness of cardiovascular disease, and identify those at higher risks, offering and delivering support. I think I should be attending one of these soon. Congratulations go to Harsha Parma and Sarah 19 for the student-led health screening clinics. Brilliant. The second highly commended award goes to a project that provides student midwives with unique access to real-life stories from people who have first-hand experience of baby loss, opening up conversations and improving understanding and empathy around bereavement care. So congratulations go to the team for Still Parents Study Days.
Two really fabulous, highly commended projects there. But there has to be a winner, and the winner in this category is a project involving an annual green conference for student teachers, where multiple secondary PGCE subjects convene to host a day in which they address climate justice issues, as well as holding skills sessions for student teachers entering the profession. So congratulations go to Andy House, Shan Morgan, Hannah Strickland, Rye Locke, Anna Warburg, and Rosa Archer for the PGCSE Secondary Green Conference.
PGC Secondary Green Conference is about supporting our trainee teachers, our secondary PGC trainee teachers, in developing their understanding about issues associated with climate and ecological emergencies, and thinking about how we can support our pupils in our schools in developing their understanding about those issues. So the conference is aiming to support our students as they go into settings to help our pupils in schools develop their understanding of issues associated with climate justice, but also about developing practical ideas, practical strategies. The conference includes a number of keynote speakers, lecturers, but also fundamentally some students, some former students, our former alumni, who are actually on the ground in schools developing resources, supporting our students. So it's an opportunity to upskill our trainees and build their confidence in education, and particularly in pre-service teacher education, where we feel confined and constrained by homogenous curricula. This conference really is an opportunity to develop our students' intellectual capacity, but also to develop their skills and understanding in how they can challenge some of the discourses within education and support students. This year we had over 150 students. It continues to grow in scope, and Andy and the team have done a grand job in involving lots of external speakers and external partners from our schools too, in order to work on this project. So I'd like to extend sincere congratulations to Andy Howes and the team. Massive congratulations on this huge success, which is an absolute testament to the commitment and drive that you've put into hosting this annual conference, and for its 4th year. Long may it continue.
What an amazing project working with student teachers on such an important topic as climate justice. So our next awards are for outstanding contribution to public engagement. We have several categories for this award. So can I please welcome to the stage Professor Sheena Cruikshank, our academic lead for public engagement, and Melissa Westwood, our Vice President for Research. Thank you.
We have several categories in public engagement, and the first is the category for outstanding contribution by our cultural institutions. The highly commended award goes to a project that obtained Gallery of Sanctuary status, recognised by the City of Sanctuary, pledging to create a culture of solidarity, inclusivity and welcome people from forced displacement. So congratulations go to Fiona Carris and the Gallery of Sanctuary project team from the Whitworth.
Congratulations, Whitworth. Congratulations to you. Hold that. Well done to you all.
The winner is a project that began to unconditionally return collections, belongings and cultural heritage items to the Aninkiledawa people through careful partnerships. Following a repatriation process, the community now own and care for 174 items that are important to their traditions and memories. Congratulations go to Georgina Young, Alexandra P. Alberda and Nyabula Chimpangara from the Manchester Museum.
Balindili Aqua project was really focused on thinking about a more humane way of working in the museum and thinking through more equitable practices in terms of both how we think through the relationships that we build and the kind of research and work that we do within collections. This project then was going beyond those processes and procedures, all that paperwork that usually defines a repatriation process in terms of making sure all the administrative boxes are ticked, and instead thinking about how relationships are built, how relationships are sustained for the long term, and thinking about how we build in spaces for cups of tea, eating together, thinking through that social aspect of building bonds and of trust through this very complex process. So this project has made a difference in a number of ways, actually. So we've got a change in understanding of what is valued and what should be returned, but we've also got a change in the way that repatriation happens. This process has given other museums around the country the courage to think differently about what repatriation means and how it can happen. Congratulations, George and Alex. I'm so glad to hear that this project has been recognised. It is transformational, and you continue to do work that really pushes the sector to think differently about what it means to work equitably and to do that slow, purposeful and meaningful work in the museum.
We're going to be here for some time, so I'm warning you now. So, our next public engagement category is for outstanding local and civic engagement. We have 2 highly commended awards in this category. The first highly commended award goes to a project that provides an excellent opportunity for students to gain an understanding of charitable and socially responsible sectors by full immersion and direct work with clients on a specific business problem they are facing. Congratulations go to Phil Gavin, Patricia Perriman-Dee, and Mike Arundel for the Social Impact Project. I nearly sang that there. The second highly commended award goes to a project working with families to co-create learning materials for a parent-delivered early language intervention for children with Down syndrome. Congratulations go to Kirsty Hartwell, Kelly Begoin, Emma Pagnamenta, Vesna Stovanovic, and Rebecca Baxter. Congratulations, and apologies if I said it wrong. We also have 2 winners in this category. The first winner is a project that brings together academic and non-academic partners to develop knowledge and contribute it to anti-poverty strategies in Greater Manchester. For building solidarity, collaboration and co-production across academic and third sector spaces to address poverty and intersecting crises in Manchester, congratulations go to the Anti-Poverty Collective.
Through my role, I've supported a small part of Sarah's project. She's been working with community collaborators based in Oldham, working with the cost of living crisis and austerity measures and how that impacts on people in Greater Manchester, particularly women. The issues that they're looking to tackle are the negative impact of austerity and the cost of living crisis. They're doing this with lots of creative projects with women in Oldham and Greater Manchester. So the project that I supported was working with poetry, zines and podcasts. This project is making a difference because they are gathering a whole new body of evidence from the lived experiences of people in Greater Manchester, and they are looking to make policy changes in this area. Sarah and the whole team, massive congratulations on the work that you're doing. It's been a pleasure to get to know the research that's having real impact in Greater Manchester. Well done.
Our second winner is a captivating comic book narrating the collective story of people growing older while seeking sanctuary in the UK. Created collaboratively with participants and refugee charities, the comic is widely used by organisations to raise awareness about refugee experiences. Congratulations go to Tess Hartland for Echoes of Displacement.
As part of Tessa's PhD, she conducted 20 life story interviews with older refugees and asylum seekers in Greater Manchester. And as part of this project, she co-produced Echoes of Displacement, a captivating comic book representing the collective story of people growing older while seeking sanctuary in the UK. The comic book was collaboratively co-produced with participants, an artist, and refugee organizations. And it really does a fantastic job in showing and representing the voices and amplifying the voices of older refugees. And it shows, on the one hand, the distinctive challenges and help needs of people, but also at the same time their considerable strength and resilience. The project has been used to foster community engagement and advocacy through a range of events in Manchester. But it also has been used in teaching programs and international NGOs and refugee organizations as a good practice example to present the experiences of aging amongst marginalized groups. This really is a fantastic project. Well done, Tess. Congratulations.
We're now on to the category for Outstanding National and International Engagement. And in this category, we also have 2 highly commended awards. And the first goes to a scheme that writes articles about the law and justice, informing the public about how it relates to them and covering lesser-known parts of the justice system, often not covered in mainstream media. So congratulations go to Claire McGauley and the Justice Gap Student Reporter Scheme. second highly commended award goes to a virtual reality-based public engagement initiative designed to showcase the university's world-leading research in buried threat detection and to highlight the global landmine problem, which still poses a daily threat of death and injury to millions of people worldwide. Congratulations go to Anthony Payton, Daniel Conniff, Adam Fletcher, Michael Malaburn, James Anderson, Kane Williams, Frank Podd, and Michael O'Toole for Sensing Danger. The winner in the Outstanding National and International Engagement category is a project that understands the widespread concern of climate anxiety. This toolkit provides a big picture, positive framework for sustainability learning and communication and offers a simple set of guidelines to counter climate anxiety with hope, confidence and inspiration. So congratulations go to the Roundview team.
The Roundview is a sustainability framework based on over 40 years of research that distills it into an easy and accessible framework that anyone can understand. It manifests itself as a tabletop game, and at Manchester City of Literature we've been working with the Roundview team to get that into Greater Manchester Libraries, where anyone can play with the game and start to understand the causes of environmental damage and therefore the solutions. The Roundview tackles this particular issue by identifying the 3 root causes of all environmental damage that is done to the planet by humans. It then takes users through a journey, through a tabletop game, to understand the opposite, what the solutions can be. The Roundview is making a difference because at a time of huge climate anxiety, people are looking for simple solutions, and the Roundview gives them one. In addition to this, here at Manchester City of Literature, we're working with the Roundview and with UNESCO UK High Commission to look at how we can roll out the Roundview into all Greater Manchester libraries, beyond that into libraries across the UK, and then to look at all UNESCO sites in the UK, geoparks, biospheres, World Heritage Sites and creative cities, and then beyond that. So we really hope that this will be a local to global solution. And huge congratulations to Joanne and the Roundview team from all at Manchester City of Literature. Well done.
Our final category is for outstanding public contribution. And in this category, we have just one winner. And it is the award-winning music charity based at Manchester Museum that aims to democratise access to music education by removing socioeconomic barriers to ensure that everyone is given the opportunity to participate in music. And the winner is Jo Yi Chung, Patrick Shepherd, Sarah Ample, and the Olympias Music Foundation.
Olympias is an amazing organisation. They are champions of diversity in music, and their passion is to the idea that everyone should have access to good music. And this means they run community choirs for diverse women, which is really wonderful, but they also, for me, most importantly, go and offer free lessons to students in areas like Longsight, where there's very, very limited access to music tuition. Olympias' aim is to promote diversity in music. And they do this in two real ways. The first is to organise community choirs where they bring people together to sing, and the other is to offer free music tuition to students from areas who would not have that offered to them generally. Olympias have made a huge difference to the lives of many, many children in Longsight and Gorton. They offer free music tuition, they offer support, they offer ways of learning and also owning musical instruments, things that these students are not going to have any kind of access to in normal life. Yay, Joe. Yes, Sarah. Brilliant work.
So I'm not letting Sheena off the stage a moment. I just wanted to say, Nancy mentioned this earlier, Sheena steps down from a role as academic lead for public engagement, which she's undertaken for 10 years now, I think. Since I've been doing my job, I've worked so closely with Sheena, and I just wanted to say on behalf of myself, all of my team, but everyone from across the public engagement community, your leadership on this agenda has been so impressive. As Nancy said earlier, we're one of only 2 universities to have a platinum watermark for public engagement. You cannot get higher than that. We thought when we got gold that was a lot, and then Sheena helped us take that to platinum. So it's absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to say thank you on behalf of all of us. We do have a special set of flowers for you, which Mags is bringing over, and these were made by people very dear to Sheena's heart. They're made by our community and Sheena's own research partners, Ardwick Climate Action. So on behalf of all of us, Sheena, thank you very much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, thank you. And also thank you to Melissa Westwood for standing in there. The person who's supposed to present these couldn't get into the awards, so thank you as well, Melissa. Really appreciate that. You would never have known with your consummate professional. We might get you back next year. Thank you. So let's move on to our next awards, which is Outstanding Contribution to Environmental Sustainability and a Zero Carbon Future. So can I ask up to the stage for this Professor Jen O'Brien, our Academic Lead for Sustainability, and Julia Durkin, our Interim Head of Environmental Sustainability, to announce the winners. Thanks.
So good evening, everybody. Oh my goodness, we've had some incredible entries this year in the category of Outstanding Contribution to Environmental Sustainability and a Zero Carbon Future. So first, I'm going to hand over to Julia for the highly commended winners.
Thanks, Jen. So we've got 2 highly commended awards in this category today. So the first highly commended award goes to a project that diverted campus food waste to a community fridge, helping those struggling during the cost of living crisis and reducing food waste by around 25%, which is an outstanding achievement. So congratulations go to Laura Blandy and the Hospitality and Food on Campus team for food waste reduction. And the second highly commended award goes to a project providing monthly training in lab sustainability to educate individuals and provide them with practical strategies to make sustainable changes in labs. So congratulations go to Isabel Taylor-Hearn with Improving Sustainability in Labs. So I'll hand over to Jen, who will announce the winner.
I have the gold envelope. I told you there were some incredible entries this year. But on to our winner. So the winner is a project that developed an interactive web app that helps farmers, businesses and governments improve on agricultural water management and climate adaptation, while also helping to educate students and the public about issues of water security and food sustainability. So congratulations go to, and drum roll please, Tom Kelly, Chris Bowden, Ryan Avery, Catherine Berger and Timothy Foster for Aquaplan. Our understanding is the team were unable to join us at last minute today, so it is our pleasure to welcome Catherine Downey on the stage to accept the award on their behalf.
The purpose of the Aquaplan project is to take water resource planning and make it available to the end user so that they can operate it in their water basin or catchment area, and also bringing that information for agriculture. So the issue that Aquaplan is trying to tackle is the fact that running any of these water resource planning models is very difficult. It requires a lot of preloading of information, downloading of relevant data. Aquaplan takes all of this and does it for the end user so that they can just use a simple to use graphical user interface, click on a few buttons and get an output that is relevant to them. Aquaplan is in the process of making a difference. They've started working with an industry partner to operationalise the project and make it available to people around the world. And I will close by saying congratulations to the entire Aquaplan team.
Congratulations to the team from Aquaplan. A shame they couldn't be here, but they will get the recording of this, of course. And it's amazing to hear how they worked with so many different stakeholders to make that project such a success. So we're now on to our fourth award, which is Outstanding Professional Services for Social Responsibility. And this award will be handed out by two people. The first of these is Paula Dunn, Executive PA to the Registrar Secretary and Chief Operating Officer. And the second person, well, how do I introduce him? So we mentioned earlier the wonderful performance of Cillian Murphy as Dr. J. Robert Oppenheimer. Well, here in Manchester, we have our very own superstar Irish export. And this, of course, is our Chief Operating Officer, Patrick Hackett, who also happens to be my boss. So please, can Paula and Patrick join me on the stage, please? Thank you very much.
Well, Julian, you make it feel like the Oscars. Good evening, everybody, and welcome from the two of us. Paula and I are really pleased to be here to announce the winners for our Outstanding Professional Services in Social Responsibility. So, Paula, can you do the honours on the commended categories?
Hi, everybody. The first highly commended award goes to a project that encouraged the donation of seasonal foodstuffs and gifts for people experiencing poverty and homelessness across Manchester. Congratulations goes to Stan's Secret Santa team, Manchester Museum Workshop, and the communication and design teams from Manchester Museum. The second highly commended award goes to a project that aimed to address resource needs following a cyber incident at the university whilst piloting inclusive recruitment methods through collaborating with local partners to engage underrepresented groups. Congratulations goes to Fiona Cole, Mike Platt, Sadia Alam, Sarah Williams and Monique Song on the inclusive recruitment pilot. The final highly commended award goes to a project that aims to reuse furniture on campus and donate furniture and other items to schools and charities. Congratulations goes to Peter Liddell and Furniture for Reuse team.
And now to the winner of this category. The winner is a project whose aim is to provide young, care-experienced people with a Christmas day to remember in a lovely, welcoming venue with delicious food, presents, and fun activities with great hosts to chat and do activities with. Congratulations go to Simon Rudding, Parvinda Sohal, Julie Butterworth, Alison Shedlock, and all the staff members of the Manchester Christmas Dinner Steering Group.
The issue that care leavers have, and many have, is that Christmas reminds them that they don't have family and that they will be on their own on Christmas Day. So this particular Christmas dinners is about Christmas Day. It's about us creating a magical Christmas day for 50 Greater Manchester based care leavers, where we can create that magic and give them a positive day. We have people on the steering group who are staff members. We also have people within the community who sit on the steering group. But we also, the steering group works with loads of amazing people at the university. So, for instance, House Services take in the Amazon parcels, which are presents for our care leavers. The business school lets us hold our meetings there. It also stores all the Christmas decorations that we have and any presents that we have left over from prior years. The food in residence team, they get the venue ready, which is one of our catered halls. So they make sure that the place is clean, it's all set up ready. They receive all the amazing donations that we get from our suppliers. And the chef is one of our members of staff who work within residences, and he cooks the most amazing Christmas dinners. It creates memories, positive memories for care leavers in the Manchester area. We do up to 50 at every dinner. So we've done it for the last 10 years. So hopefully we've given 500 young people a positive memory of Christmas that they can take with them for the future. Just want to say a huge congratulations to Team Christmas Dinners. It involves a huge amount of people right across the institution, and just want to say a huge thank you from me as part of the steering group, and congratulations again.
So well done to all my professional services colleagues. It makes me so proud to work in professional services, seeing the quality of our entrants this year. So we've seen some amazing Making a Difference awards so far, and we're now roughly halfway, or a little bit over halfway through our awards. And before we take a break, we're going to take the opportunity to give out a special award to recognise the significant achievements of one of our major engagement programs. That is called SERI, which stands for Science and Engineering, Education, Research and Innovation Hub. And this was founded in January 2014 in what was then the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences. And with big ambitions, the plan was to establish a centre that would champion the role of science teachers in Greater Manchester and more broadly across the UK. And with only 5% of UK primary science teachers having a specialism in science, there was a fundamental need to upskill and support and inspire the teacher workforce locally here in Greater Manchester, but also nationally through various projects, programs and campaigns. The SERI team includes core staff and consultants that have been brought together to respond to teacher and pupils' needs, and their approach has always been to focus on mainstream education in order to give every child a chance to explore their own questions, wonderings, and conceptual understandings. I was in that meeting 10 years ago when we decided to bring SERI into the university, and a decade seems to have passed with a blink of an eye, and SERI is no stranger to awards and accolades over the years, including the most recent achievement that Nancy mentioned, where the Great Science Share for Schools campaign was granted patronage of the UK National Commission for UNESCO, extremely prestigious. The impact on teachers and ultimately pupils is at the heart of everything SERI does, and over the past 10 years, more than 40,000 hours of teacher professional development have been delivered. Over 600,000 pupils, I'll say that again, 600,000 pupils in 31 countries engaged in the Great Science Share for Schools, and 13 practical and academic publications have been produced for the science and engineering education sector. So let's take a moment now to hear firsthand of the impact SERI has made to a variety of people through a film.
It's been an absolute delight to be part of this SERI journey and to see things grow and develop over the last 10 years.
Interesting, exciting, new possibilities, all words I'd use to describe working with SERI.
It's been absolutely fantastic working with SERI and the team there. Your passion is second to none, and it's wonderful to be able to work with an organisation that really wants to make a difference.
As head student at Derby High School, I speak on behalf of all my peers, past, present and future, when I say thank you. It's a privilege working with the Science, Engineering, Education and Research Innovation Hub. You have provided us countless experiences to young people like me to allow us to engage with science in the real world.
For me, the most significant impact has got to be from the Great Science Share for Schools campaign, really encouraging children to ask their own scientific questions, giving them agency and helping teachers to support them along that journey.
Totally blown away seeing all these young primary school children from across Greater Manchester explaining science and carrying out experiments. All pupils who take part in the programme will enhance and educate their family members, as the engagement will filter through from sharing the knowledge gained. Teachers teach children, but through the Science and Education Research and Innovation Hub, the child becomes the educator for older generations.
The best thing about working with the Science and Engineering, Education, Research and Innovation Hub is the opportunity it provides for staff, students and parents at the Derby High School to collaborate with inspirational, like-minded partners who continuously go above and beyond to ignite passion for innovative, fully inclusive, real-world experiential teaching and learning.
The best things about working with SERI have been the development together with you of engineering habits of mind, as well as the sense that we've helped to improve the passionate enjoyment of science and engineering of so many children and young people.
For me, the best thing about working with SERI over the last 10 years has been all of the people I've met and connections that I've made through SERI. Lynn's done an incredible job of finding and bringing people together with a shared passion for improving science and engineering education.
I was introduced to SERI and Lynn Bianchi when I was a new and inexperienced science leader to Large Primary School in Trafford. SERI gave me the opportunities to develop my confidence in this role, and the impact on the teachers in my school was that they were able to deliver high quality, exciting, inquiry-based science lessons where the children were working as scientists.
So, can I welcome Lynn and the SERI team to the stage to receive their special Making a Difference Awards for 10 years of impact. Please come up. Lynn, can I invite you to say, to address the audience briefly? Thanks.
I wouldn't have let him not let me do that. Blown away by the film. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I came with the belief it's going to happen. I came with a belief that we could do more to improve, as Julian says, the confidence of science teachers in primary schools across our great city and beyond, because that's where I started my career. But it's important to say that the belief only becomes a reality when others believe it too. I am so proud to have members of the SERI team, past and present, here today. I've got my daughter Kate over there. I've got my mum and dad watching in Malta, and so many people who have backed me, Nancy in particular, Julian, and so many of you in the room. So thank you to everybody who has contributed in any way possible to make my belief make such a difference to so many teachers across the country and now globally. Lynn wouldn't be Lynn if I didn't take this opportunity to make a pitch. So please take our 10-year anniversary book, Decade of a Difference, you'll find on your table. And hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll see you at 20.
So, almost a break, but while we're here celebrating long-standing social responsibility impact, we couldn't let tonight go by, of course, without recognising an outstanding leadership contribution to the whole social responsibility agenda. So can I invite Nalin back up onto the stage with me for this part, please?
Okay, so this is this next Special Achievement Award. We want to take a moment to recognize the leadership of the person who ultimately is responsible for why we are here tonight and why we have gathered like this on 10 occasions. This is a person who had the vision back in 2011 to make social responsibility a core goal of the University of Manchester. And this is, of course, our Vice President and Vice Chancellor, Professor Dame Nancy Rothwell. Nancy, we will have many opportunities over the next few months to mark all you've done for the university. But Julian and I couldn't let tonight go without sharing with you our personal gratitude and the thanks on behalf of the whole social responsibility community here tonight for what you've achieved.
Nancy, on a personal level, your vision and commitment to social responsibility has made my job one of the best there is, and barely a week goes by without Nalin or I either formally or informally being invited to speak and talk about how we've achieved successes in social responsibility. And I always say this, if there's one factor that you can give people to sum up, it's about the strategy and the commitment set by the leader of your organisation. Of course, everything else after that in terms of implementation is really important, but to get that traction and profile that we've done at Manchester simply couldn't have been done without your vision, genuine care, and leadership. And I always think the mark of a great leader is in the way you can quietly emulate some of their greatest strengths and make them your own. And I just wanted to say what I've learned from you, Nancy. There's three things. For me, you never use a longer word or sentence when a shorter one will do. I've learned that from you, how to write really succinctly. You never use your status either, however elevated that might be, to be inaccessible. Rather, I think you're someone who takes personal pride in responding to everyone who contacts you, and that's infectious on all of us, and it helps set the tone throughout the whole organisation that we're not a stuffy or detached university, and you lead on that personally. And thirdly, and perhaps your greatest asset, Nancy, you've never let your judgments about the quality of your directors or vice presidents be influenced by the number of follicles on their heads. So thanks from me, Nalin, and before him, James Thompson as well for that.
Nancy, I've worked with you for 17 years. I know it's gone very fast. And on a personal level, I wanted to say that the wise counsel and guidance that you've given me and the confidence and trust you've shown in me during the successes we've had, but also many of the challenges, has meant the world to me. And it has made my job as VP for Social Responsibility the most rewarding thing I have done in my career. We know you've achieved many things in your career, your papers in prestigious journals, the first woman to lead our university, a Fellow of Royal Society, Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, to name but a few. But we hope that this special Making a Difference Award for social responsibility will take pride of place alongside all of these. So on behalf of everyone in our university community, can I please invite Nancy to the stage to receive her own special Making a Difference Award for social responsibility leadership.
Well, gosh, thank you. That was not expected. But amongst the accolades you read out, this is amongst one of the most important to me. It was a big commitment, and at the time when we decided that we would make social responsibility absolutely equal, and lots of other people's claim to be equal, it's not. To have a vice president, to have people represented in every department, every school, every faculty, every part of professional services, and to recognise and reward was quite a big undertaking. And at the time, I was asked, how will we know if we succeeded? And I didn't really know. All sorts of things like our local communities will value us more, our students and staff will see social responsibility as being important to them. But of course, now there are measures. And we've been top in the UK, top in Europe, top in the world in those measures. And I feel very, very proud. And as I said before, I hope to be back here. But thank you, thank you. Thank you,
Stay there for a second. Nancy, somebody asked you at the last SLT open meeting, what was the proudest moment in your career to date? And you gave a very illuminating answer.
Can't remember.
Well, would you like to share with us what was your most...
I can't remember. What did I say?
You said coming top of the...
Oh, I did. I said coming top in the world in the THE Sustainable Development Goals.
There you
It
go.
was. You're right. It was. It was an incredibly proud moment. Thank you.
One more question. What message do you have for the university going forward with regard to social responsibility?
Keep it dear to your hearts. It matters. We can be excellent at research. We can be excellent at teaching. And they, of course, fulfill two of our key goals. But social responsibility is what makes a difference to people locally, within the university, and across the world. Hold it very dear and don't let it drop.
Once again, Nancy. On behalf of everyone here at the university, our staff, our students, our alumni, our partners locally and around the world, thank you again for your vision in establishing SR as a core goal of our university, and for your sheer will and energy and commitment in seeing that we are world leading in this area. Thank you.
So that's the end of the first half of the awards. We've already heard some amazing people and projects, and we're going to have a quick interval now, give you time for a drink, stretch your legs. So it's 7:21 I make it. I'm going to start at 7:31. So go and have 10 minutes, stretch your legs, and we'll restart in 10 minutes. Thank you. That really works, that tapping of the glass, doesn't it? Thank you. So welcome back, everyone, after the break. I hope you've had the opportunity to grab a drink and a chat with people on your table and other tables. It's great to overhear some of the different conversations and connections between people. So before we proceed with our awards, we'd like to take this moment to mention the Volunteer of the Year Awards, which took place earlier this week on this stage, actually. And the Volunteer of the Year Awards recognise and celebrate student volunteering that takes place locally, nationally and internationally. Amongst the many commended and highly commended awards, there were also 3 winners. And firstly, there was an award for Jennifer Foster for her work with our Want Not Waste shop on campus. There was another award given out for the Chilean Society, who've been doing work to support Chilean nationals living in the UK to exercise their democratic rights. And the third award that was given to Yamin Thet, who is the co-founder of the Myanmar-based Start Smart organization, which is empowering young people to access educational programs in Myanmar. So please put your hands together as we say a huge congratulations to Jennifer Foster, the Chilean Society, and Yamin Thet. Okay, our next award is for Outstanding Alumni Contribution to Social Responsibility, which will be presented by Richard Screeton, who's our Deputy Director and Head of Alumni Communications and Engagement, and Zeb Farouk MBE, who's a member of our General Assembly and also a University of Manchester alumnus. So Richard and Zeb, please come to the stage.
Thank you, Julian. Good evening, everybody. We're really pleased to be presenting a new category of award this evening for alumni of the university. It's the first year we've had this category, and the overall winner will also receive the University Medal for Social Responsibility.
Thank you, Julian, and thank you, Richard. Good evening, everyone. My name is Zeb Farouk, and as someone who grew up down the road and a proud alumnus of this university, I'm delighted to be here to announce the Highly Commended Awards. The first Highly Commended Award goes to a project that co-founded a non-profit organization to help students get into medicine and then support them throughout their degree. Congratulations go to Maria Chowdhury for Scrubbed Up. So, we don't think Maria's here this evening. Is there anyone from Scrubbed Up team that is here this evening that would accept on Maria's behalf? Okay, doesn't seem like there is. We'll make sure Maria and the team get the award, but for now, a big hand for Maria. Our second highly commended award goes to a project that aims to address the social isolation and feelings of loneliness a person can feel when they are diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Congratulations go to Amy Thompson for MS Together.
So now to the overall winner in this category, and it's a food waste reduction social enterprise operating a community cafe and food market using 100% surplus produce, all collected, sorted, redistributed and served by local volunteers and self-employed people. The winner of the Outstanding Alumni Contribution to Social Responsibility Award and the University Social Responsibility Medal is Rosie Baker for Planet Food York.
Planet Food is a wonderful community initiative that's part of the voluntary food sector in York. It connects waste food, surplus food that supermarkets aren't able to sell with a great big community of people who can cook it together and enjoy eating it communally. Planet Food tackled the issue of food waste by putting that surplus food to good use. But it also tackles the issue of social isolation, so that instead of everybody sitting alone at home eating their food, or perhaps in many cases not having enough to eat alone at home, they're coming together for a community meal, they're making friends across social divides, and spawning connections and conversations that make all sorts of other things happen as well. Planet Food are also really good at telling their story and sharing it to inspire other people. Their film has been shown several times, for example, here at York St John University, so that students can learn from that positive local example of how people are making a difference and get ideas for how they themselves might be able to start social enterprises that could do the same thing. Congratulations to you, Rosie, and all the team at Planet Food. You're such a diverse group of people with diverse talents. Some of you are chefs, some of you are organisers, some of you are gatherers and collectors, some of you are brilliant connectors in the community, and it's really inspiring how you all work together.
We're so proud of our students past and present, so congratulations Maria, Amy and Rosie in that category. It's our students who make our university such a great place to be, and what they achieve in their academic studies and their commitment to wider society makes a huge difference to everyone. And tonight we would like to take a moment to recognise a really exceptional student, Laura Nuttall, who tragically passed away shortly after her graduation. Laura made an exceptional impact on our world with her awareness raising and fundraising campaigns for brain tumour research. And I'm now going to invite Professor Jackie Carter, my really dear colleague, and also our academic lead for disability, to come up and say a few words and present this next award. So over to you, Jackie.
Thank you, Julian. I might get emotional. Laura was indeed an exceptional colleague. And the reason I know Laura's family and Laura's family are in the room with us tonight is because we both share something in terms of our children having brain tumours. Sadly, Laura passed away after her brain tumour was diagnosed, but she defied all the odds, didn't she? Just amazing. She was given a year to live when she was diagnosed with a brain tumour, when actually she was studying at King's College London. And she had to leave London, came back up to Manchester for treatment, and then she got into the University of Manchester to study PPE, one of our flagship degrees, politics, philosophy and economics. And she excelled and she graduated. And one of the things that's really bittersweet about me standing here tonight to give this award is because it wasn't very long ago that I was sitting on this stage and Laura was receiving her degree certificate. So it really is quite an emotional time for me, but especially her family. What made Laura exceptional? Because that's really the question, is it? She was just a human being who was ordinary. She wasn't special, but she took what was her fate in life, you know, the sad news that she had a glioblastoma, and she turned it around and she turned it into good. And one of the things she did was she put together a bucket list and she made the most of the time that she had left, and she didn't know how long she had. So she got to meet dignitaries like Michelle Obama. She got to do some of the things that she would have loved to have done had she been able to. But one of the things that I really take my hat off to Laura and her family, who supported her every step of the way, was that she raised awareness of brain tumour research internationally. Laura's profile, Laura Nuttall's profile, which has lived on through her family, and particularly her mum, Nick Nuttall, who tweets a shit-scared mum. Very appropriate. I read your first tweet last night, Nick, and in fact it's in the book. has just sort of campaigned as hard as any group of people could to raise awareness of the issues to do with brain tumour research. So whilst it's bittersweet and whilst it's terrifically sad that Laura, isn't here tonight, it's right and proper that a university that cares about social responsibility and making a difference reflects the difference that Laura made in her too short life. So I'm immensely proud to be here today. I mustn't forget to say, Nicola, that today is also very special for you because it's the day your book has been published, and we'll be having a book launch at the university next week. So some of us will be going along there. And there are other things in the pipeline. You mentioned that I'm the academic director for EDI Disability. There are other things that Laura has inspired with regards to how we at the University of Manchester, through our social responsibility agenda, through our excellence in teaching and research, recognise the significant barriers that disabled students have to achieving what Laura did. She got a 2-1 in one of the toughest degrees at our university, and all of that time she was dealing with cancer treatment. Her legacy has got to be that we recognise that and we ensure that other students who are dealing with tremendous adversity like she was get access to the amazing education that they can have at the University of Manchester. So I've completely gone off script. I had some cards here, but as I said to Julian, I never worked to a script. But what I want to do now is say our special posthumous award for alumni contribution to social responsibility goes to Laura Nuttall. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. It took us an hour to get in, so I don't want to slow anything down. But when Laura was told she had 12 months to live, the first question she asked was, can I go back to university this year, or do I need to wait till next year? And the surgeon said, Laura, you won't be going back to university, I'm afraid. And later she said to me, they know what I've got, but they don't know who I am, which has always stayed with us. And when she was at university, Laura took social responsibility really seriously. On top of her chemotherapy and radiotherapy and her studies, she did the Stellify Award. And quite often I'd find her upstairs and I'd say, what are you doing? And she'd say, I'm just mapping Uganda. And I'd be like, right, okay. So that was something she did in her spare time. But in our local area, Pendle has got the highest child poverty in the UK, and she saw this on the news and thought that was absolutely dreadful. So she started working with a food bank called Curry on the Street. She also organised a huge Christmas party for 200 children at our play centre, Giddy Kippers, and we did that on Boxing Day, and we still do that every year. And she also insisted that even though she was really ill and she was sick very regularly, she thought it was really important that we found a home for a family of Ukrainians. So we had Tanya and Yeva live with us for 6 months. So in Laura's name, we've now set up the Be More Laura Foundation, and we'll continue to carry out the work that she started. So far, we've made donations of £85,000 to various charities looking into glioblastoma because it's the biggest cancer killer of children and adults under 40 and gets 2% of funding, and that has to change. So we have donated to various funding projects, one of which is the Geoffrey Jefferson Brain Institute here in Manchester, and Laura would love that. So thank you for making her time here so special. It meant the world to her.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie, and thank you to all of Laura's family. So pleased you're able to get in, and thanks for persevering with us to do that. We're so proud that Laura was a student here at Manchester, and what she achieved, I think, inspires us all. So our next award is for outstanding contribution to widening participation, and these awards really showcase our commitment to engaging with young people and students. Presenting these awards are one of my former lecturers, Professor Fiona Devine, head of Alliance Manchester Business School there. She's the Dean of Humanities. And one of also my former team members, Emma Britton, who's the Student Access Success and Development Manager. So Fiona and Emma, please, can you come up to the stage, please, to present the next award?
Good evening, everyone. So thank you, Julian, for that introduction. I should say he has just introduced me to Emma by saying that I was a former lecturer, and he mentioned that I also was a redhead when I taught him. I also reminded him that he was a redhead when I taught him. But the conversation was also about how delightful it was for me to hear that I also taught Emma. So that's so nice. So thank you. I think I can speak for both Emma and me when I say it's a real honour to present this award and to be part of this special Making a Difference Awards event night. The award is for outstanding contribution to widening participation, a topic that is particularly dear to me as a sociologist of class inequalities and social mobility. Emma, can you now announce the two winners in the highly commended category? Thank you.
Thanks, Fiona. The first highly commended award goes to a project designed to engage young people from underrepresented backgrounds with STEM career paths. This amazing project focuses on creativity, inclusivity, and provides a no experience necessary opportunity for our amazing local school children to build awe-inspiring aircraft. Congratulations goes to Bill Crowther, Dan Koning, Nicole Sutherland, Fatima Neela Farhan, Tanya Prakash, Ovni Patel, Tadas Darashka, and Mohammed Zairan Ayab for the Giant Foam Board Aircraft Project. Well done. Our second highly commended award tonight goes to a project that has exhibited young people's writing, culminating in a literature trail involving an amazing 45 Greater Manchester State schools. Congratulations goes to Chad Campbell and Ivan Wadeson for the school's writing trail. Really grateful that we've got John and Anne-Marie on stage to collect the award for them. So that's John McAuliffe and Anne-Marie. Thank you. Okay, thank you, everybody. I'm going to hand back to Fiona now.
So thanks, Emma. So we actually have two winners in this category. The first winner is a student-led project that aims to increase the diversity of student participation in STEM-based subjects, primarily in physics, through engaging in research in outreach activities. These include workshops for primary and secondary schools and science demonstrations at markets in the form of science busking. So I've got quite a roll call. I think there's some drums, a roll call of drums as well, that I have with the students. So the winners are Alex Usha, Noir Bansi, Pranath Bajar Kangali Manoj, Lucas Santos, Ellis Mackenzie, Abigail Penolf, and Niklesh Mahesh Kumar for University of Manchester Physics Outreach. Congratulations. So the second winner is...
UMPO, University of Manchester Physics Outreach, is a project that started in 2015 with some summer students that I was supervising, who I asked to go out into the city and engage some people with physics. And they got a lot of their other students involved, and they really wanted to keep it going. And since then it has grown into a group that still does that outreach in the city, but also goes into schools. And it's entirely self-led. Students develop their own activities, they deliver them, they do all the organising. A lot of physics engagement can be geared at people who've chosen to come to a physics event. And what they're trying to do is engage people who haven't necessarily decided they're already interested. So taking really exciting, engaging physics activities to people who aren't already interested in science and physics. And within schools, to tackle that diversity issue, looking at widening the participation of who gets involved in physics. So how the project has made a difference is in the number of school pupils that it has engaged with these workshops that the students created. So they go out every Wednesday during term. They've worked with hundreds of primary and secondary school students, and also gone out into the city and engaged thousands of people through markets and science busking activities. I'd like to say congratulations to the UMPO team. I'm really proud of everything you've all accomplished.
So the second winner is a programme which provides a unique contextual data-driven route into higher education for students who might not normally have such an opportunity. 10 cohorts have now progressed from the one-year pharmacy foundation year to the four-year degree program with an 80% graduation success rate. So congratulations go to David Allison and Ray Sawitsky, with celebrating 10 years of bespoke widening participation undergraduate program. Congratulations.
So the work that this programme is aiming to tackle involves really giving students an opportunity from widening participation backgrounds who are often the first in the family to go to university, who may perhaps be in an environment where those opportunities of higher education haven't really been made aware to them, or they've not had support to go on those routes,
to have that chance to get those skills that they need to join the pharmacy programme and feel confident as a learner on our pharmacy programme. So the real difference that this programme has made to the students that have been successfully admitted onto the programme is that they've been given the chance to do pharmacy in an environment where perhaps they wouldn't have done before. They've been able to achieve a master's degree in pharmacy. Many of them have gone on to get a first-class degree in pharmacy, and it's so nice to see their families come together with them on graduation day and tell us about their journey and how well they've been supported to get the skills that they're going to go on to be able to deliver healthcare to their local communities that they've grown up in. I'd also like to offer my sincere congratulations and heartfelt appreciation to both David and Ray for all the hard work that they've done in setting up the foundation programme and really giving students who are local to us in Manchester this opportunity to become one of our future pharmacists.
I think all of those projects show that being a quality university absolutely should mean that we're very much committed to equality as well. And thank you very much, Emma and Fiona, for presenting those awards. So our next award is for Outstanding Contribution to Social and Environmental Impact through Entrepreneurship. I would like to ask back onto the stage Professor Lynn Bianchi, Vice Dean for Social Responsibility in the Faculty of Science and Engineering. And joining Lynn is Professor Richard Jones, our Vice President for Regional Innovation and Civic Engagement. So Richard and Lynn, please.
Well, it's a particular pleasure for me to announce this prize. It's for outstanding contribution to social and environmental impact through entrepreneurship, and that's a very long title, but I think you'll find some very worthy winners. But to start with, I want to hand over to you, Lynn, for the commended.
Thank you. So our first highly commended award goes to a project that established a spin-out company, Complement Therapeutics, to develop new treatments for diseases driven by part of the immune system called the complement cascade. So you probably know who you are, and so congratulations go to Richard Unwin, Simon Clark, Paul Bishop and the Complement Therapeutics team. The second highly commended award in this category goes to an innovative educational platform aiming to democratise learning by providing accessible and impactful peace and environmental education through gamification. Congratulations go to students Ahmed Abdul Saad Mohammed, Karib Habib and Salam Khaled for educationality.
Thank you. And now for the winner. And the winner is also the recipient of the second University Social Responsibility Medal that's going out tonight, this time for staff. This is a panel that was made up of our external General Assembly members, formed a panel for this. They awarded it because they felt it was particularly innovative and it had strong evidence of impact. It's a project which I think is an exemplary project of interdisciplinary. It brings together science, technology, social science, big element of public engagement. And it's a great pleasure for me to announce that I should also say it's got a very cool title. So, The award goes to Mike Shaver, Helen Holmes, Maria Sharmina, and the whole team in the project One Bin to Rule Them All.
The One Bin to Rule Them All project aims to boost recycling rates in the UK through simplifying the process for consumer recycling of plastics. This will help to valorise plastics and introduce value into the waste stream. Consumer plastic waste can be complex and varies from region to region. One Bin to Rule Them All aims to simplify this process by providing a single bin for all plastic waste. Researchers from the University of Manchester worked with households across Greater Manchester to survey their use of the bin, what plastics they put in the bin, and how that can increase recycling rates across the region. To me, the One Bin to Rule Them All project is a definitive example of an interdisciplinary research project. Some of the impacts have included an influential white paper, an innovative hierarchy of wastes, and the greater awareness of the issue through media engagement. Overall, one of the most significant outputs from the project has been to raise awareness of this issue and to provide an example for councils, local authorities to engage. So I want to end by saying congratulations to Mike and the team for what has been an outstanding research project. As I say, it defines interdisciplinary working. It's a great example of what Manchester does well.
It's great to see the One Bin to Rule Them All team winning this award. They're worthy winners, as Richard said, not only for the incredible work, but also for having one of the best research project titles in a very long time. And I do hope they employ slightly more peaceful methods of bringing everyone together on this important topic, though, than they did in Lord of the Rings. So well done, everyone. So it's been an incredible night so far. There's 2 more awards to go. So next up, can we have Dr. Laura Breen, Research Development and Impact Manager, and Professor Nigel Hooper, Associate Vice President for Research, to present the award for Outstanding Benefit to Society through Research. Laura, please come up to the stage.
Hi, so it's great to be here to announce the awards for Outstanding Benefit to Society through Research. And I think Nigel's going to present the highly commended first of all.
Thank you, Laura. The first highly commended award goes to a project which is improving care for people who have self-harmed through the implementation of a national collaborative programme with NHS England and 42 integrated care systems. The project is called Improving Care for People Who Have Self-Harmed, Translating Evidence into Practice via engagement with patients and carers, clinicians and NHS England. So congratulations go to Leah Quinlivan, Sue Gwantham, Bradley O'Donovan, Caroline Clements, Pauline Rivart, Roger Webb, Pauline Turnbull and Nav Kapoor. The second highly commended award goes to a research project that formed the basis of Genesis Limited, a spin-out company, to develop Phogenics, a device that restores swallowing control in patients with severe dysphagia following a stroke. Congratulations go to Shaheen Handy for the project New Treatment for Swallowing Problems After Stroke.
The overall winner is a project that provides Indonesian health volunteers with resources to improve cardiovascular health in rural communities. With a third of adult deaths in Indonesia attributed to cardiovascular disease, Smart Health provides vital preventative care in places with limited health care. And the congratulations go to Delvako Shandi, Asri Maharani and Gindo Tambapolam.
Smart Health Project aims to address one of the worst inequalities that still persist in the world today, which concerns health. This is a problem not just in terms of divisions between the global north and the global south, but also within developing countries, particularly between urban and rural areas. In Indonesia, 1 in 3 people are at risk of dying from cardiovascular disease, a problem that actually claims the lives of 1 in 3 Indonesians, particularly in rural parts of Indonesia. Smart Health tackles health inequalities by working with local village health volunteers to identify via a simple algorithm generated by the research team, and with this algorithm they're able to monitor the people most at risk and then transfer via a simple mobile phone app that data to health professionals. So the project started with a small pilot in just 8 villages, and then because of the initial success rates, it's been scaled up across a much wider region. To date, Smart Health has monitored over 2 million people, and if you work that back, that means that the project has potentially saved the lives of 120,000 people in villages in Indonesia. Many congratulations to Gindo, Delvak and Asri for this incredible award. Well done.
And now for the winners of the Emerging Impact category, and we've got 2 winners in this category. The first winner goes to a project that combines academic expertise with youth-led change to make the well-being of young people everybody's business. So congratulations go to Neil Humphrey and the Be Well team.
So the Be Well team comprises the University of Manchester, the Anna Freud Centre and the Gregson Family Foundation. And they are working together to improve the mental health and well-being of young people. Well, current NHS statistics tell us that 1 in 5 young people have a probable diagnosable mental health condition, and Be Well is seeking to change that through the surveys that they're undertaking with young people in schools. And they use that data then to help inform changes and improvements, not just in schools, but in the communities and the neighbourhoods that young people are living in. Be Well's a movement. It empowers young people to take action, and it galvanises schools and local community organisations, local government, to take action, to get involved and to make a difference. I'd like to say a massive congratulations to everybody that's working on Be Well currently, whether you're in a local team or on the national team. Really, really well done. Big, ambitious programme, and I know that you are determined and passionate to get there with the support of young people as well. So really, really well done.
And as I said, we really struggled to find a winner for this category, didn't we, Nigel? So we decided to make 2. So the second winner of the Emerging Impact category goes to a project that developed the world's first bedside genetic test to prevent babies from going deaf. And congratulations go to the PALO study team.
What the PALO team have done is develop the world's first, so not a Manchester first or a UK first, the world's first bedside genetic test, where within a matter of minutes they're able to tell us if a baby who is unwell has a genetic characteristic that means the medication they're given might actually cause them some damage. If your baby is unwell, they might have to be admitted to a special care baby unit, and one of the first things that will happen is they'll be given antibiotics to prevent an infection, which is good, but the downside is about 1 in 500 babies have a genetic characteristic that means that the antibiotic will cause serious and permanent deafness. So the PALO project has made a genuine and lasting difference. First of all, it makes a difference to families and to babies, because it means we're not giving medication that can cause problems. That benefits you and your baby. It benefits the NHS, it benefits education services, and it benefits everyone basically, so it's a win-win for all of us. Well done, and congratulations to Bill and the PALO team for making a difference.
Wow, what incredible research, really making a difference in people's lives. A lot of people think we're a big school, and of course we do teach in, but hopefully for many of you who are from outside the university, to understand the role of research and the impact it can have on people's lives. I thought there was such amazing examples there. So we're on to our final category now, and it's a great one to finish on. It's our award for outstanding contribution to equality, diversity and inclusion, and I have great pleasure in inviting Professor Rachel Cowan, who's our university lead for Equality, Diversity and Inclusion, to come up and present the award. Thanks very much, Rachel.
Thank you, Julian. It really is great to be here to announce the final category of tonight's awards, the Award for Outstanding Contribution to Equality, Diversity and Inclusion. The first highly commended award goes to a project that's investigating the possibility of a urine test as an alternative to routine cervical screening, to increase screening coverage, especially in communities at risk of cervical cancer, but with lower rates of screening attendance, such as the LGBTQIA+ community. Congratulations go to Jennifer Davis, Emma Crosby, and the Alternative Cervical Screening ACES team. Please can I invite Kathy Cowell, Chairman of Manchester NHS Foundation Trust, to accept this award on their behalf. The second highly commended award goes to a project that's diversifying and strengthening voices, dialogue and connections of women and girls to power holders across Greater Manchester. Congratulations go to Jackie Carter, Helen Pankhurst, Eve Holt and co-investigators for the Dialogue, Deeds and Determination project. And now for the first of our two winners. The first winner is a community empowerment program in remote areas in Indonesia that focuses on education, health, economy and environment. The program and activities invite youth participation and encourage them to apply their knowledge and experience to address problems directly in our society. Congratulations go to students Muhammad Arinal Haq, Anita Ariani, and the NAYS Indonesia team.
This project basically was established as a platform from young people in Indonesia to contribute more in remote areas where there's a lack of access and facilities. Basically, the project focuses on four main sectors, including health, education, environment, and then economic. And I think those four sectors, it depends on you, either which one you want to contribute to this sector. I think one of the real contributions that this project has made so far is that it has run about social media workshop where it trains locals to create a social media content and then post it on Instagram, and how it has attracted many tourism and empowered the local economic in those sort of remote areas. I want to say congratulations to Muhammad Arinal for doing this project and for this award. I'm really proud of you as a friend and as a colleague for LPDP scholarship. Thank you.
Our second winner is a project that's challenging heteronormative stereotypes in STEM by promoting inclusion of and visibility for LGBTQ+ people, providing platforms for them to present their work to their respective fields. Congratulations go to Matthew Sinton, Joan Quintana, Alex Cocker for their work in the STEM Village.
The STEM Village is a fantastic idea by Dr. Matthew Sinton and his team, where they're trying to visualize the LGBTQ+ community within science, technology, engineering and mathematics. The issue seems to be that the LGBTQ+ community is not visible within particular disciplines, and that's particularly evident within the STEM topics, regardless of what that topic is, the whole STEM field. They are very underrepresented, so they don't actually have a voice, they're not visible, and so the STEM Village really wants to overcome that problem. The project has many different ways in which it's trying to tackle this issue of visibility within STEM subjects, and that can range from providing a database of mentors that people can contact. They've also recently set up an online conference where they had over 700 members from across the globe, even from countries where it's dangerous to be associated with that community. And so it's sort of bringing it all to the forefront and giving them a platform from which they can speak. It has already made a significant impact in that it has raised awareness of the problem to people who didn't even know it existed, and it fits very firmly with the university's stance on equality, diversity and inclusion. Huge congratulations to Matthew and his team.
Fantastic set of winners, showing the impact we're making both locally and globally in equality, diversity, inclusion. So, Nazir, that's all of our awards. It's been another great year. So come and join me and tell me a bit about your thoughts on what you've seen here tonight.
First up, you've done a brilliant job, Julian, in the heat, with the noises outside. And I won't use the joke you put in here. We'll just simply stick with the fact that you've done a brilliant job. I mean, as Chancellor, it's always an immense privilege to be associated with this phenomenal institution. But I feel really privileged when you've heard, as we have today, the achievements of so many wonderful initiatives, of people, activities that make up this great university and its social responsibility goal. From Asia through to zero carbon, it's been a real A to Z of everything this university does at its best. We've heard about mental health and smart health. We heard about cultural objects and Christmas dinners, strokes and stillbirths, and about climate change and social change. You've involved the public, you've managed projects, you've forged new partnerships, and you've traveled the world from the Torres Strait Islands to Tameside. So, I mean, I'm delighted to be the Chancellor of this university, and I urge you to keep up this phenomenal work. Your work really matters. You've seen some examples of that tonight. You know, lives saved, lives that will be saved. And everyone here who's been highly commended, or who've won awards, who were simply nominated, thank you. You are a real inspiration to me, to everybody in this room, to everybody in this university, and to the local, regional, and global community that we're part of. It's a strong mission. It is the thing that I'm most proud of. All researchers and teachers in this room, close your ears for a moment. The thing I'm most proud of is the social responsibility. Because, you know, we can all teach, we can all research perhaps, you do brilliant stuff at university, but when you reach out to your public, when your public know that you belong to them and they belong to you, that is what makes this university what it is and what it will be. Thank you so much, Julian.
Thank you, Nazir. Understand here, isn't it? Thanks, Nazir. Let me finish with just a few thanks then, because tonight is really a team effort. Thanks again to all our staff, students, alumni and partners who took time to enter. Thanks to all our presenters, as some people stepped in at the last minute, to our judges who had the difficult task of selecting winners and the highly commended entry. Thanks to colleagues so much in media services and in communications for our AV and our online channels. Thanks to colleagues from hospitality on campus for keeping us fed and watered. There's food at the back which you can take in boxes if you want to take some food home. Thanks to Eastern Bloc for producing the beautiful films we saw tonight of our winning projects, and to our photographer Jill Jennings for being behind the lens. Thanks to local social enterprise Hume Garden Centre for the table arrangements. These are designed to be reused, so don't fight about this, but please, you can take those home with you when you leave. And special thanks go to Funked It Up, the live band who provided the sound tonight and entertainment. Put your hands together for them. Sheena and I were saying earlier, we really had to prevent ourselves just singing along at one point. So thanks very much for the music. And thanks to everyone in my own team from the Office for Social Responsibility, to Marie and Deanne for their organisation. Marie in particular, she's over there. She doesn't like to have the limelight, but because of everything else going on outside, wow, the calmest person I work with, the most amazing emotional intelligence to work things out and to put fires out before they start, and to get Laura's family into the room. Although it was late, we got you in, and that's really thanks to Marie and to Adam, actually, in catering as well. So thanks to both of those. I want to thank Mags for relentless work on tonight's choreography and script. All the best jokes were mine, all the worst ones were Mags, of course. Mags, you were more than Beach. Thank you very much for everything you've done. To Vanessa. Vanessa, our intern, who's at the back working with all the slides. Thank you to Vanessa. To Rachel for helping us keep to script and manage all the transitions. And last key of all, can I give a big shout out to our Making a Difference awards machine, the person who could run the Oscars with their eyes shut, I'm convinced of that. And this is, of course, Lisa Govey. So please put your hands together for Lisa and my team as well. Now, before I send you back to your Mojo Dozo Casa house, can I ask everyone who has received an award or a certificate tonight to come to the stage at the end, where we're going to take a giant photo of you. So just in a moment, you'll do that. I also want to give a special announcement about how we're going to leave tonight. So bear with me, because we've had to write this during the event. So please pay attention, because this is quite an important part. So there's as you know, there's a pro-Palestinian protest underway outside this building, which is targeting aspects of our university. So it may take a while to leave the building, but we ask you to be patient and follow any instructions from staff. Please leave calmly, but swiftly as well. We really don't want you hanging about outside, so please just move along once you do leave the building. Greater Manchester Police are in attendance. You may not have seen that earlier. They've arrived during the awards, and you may find that it's noisy as well, and we hope you don't find that intimidating, but it will be noisy, we suspect. And if you're particularly concerned, please wait and ensure you can be escorted from the building. So if you're particularly worried about this, or you're sensitive to loud noise, for example, just stay back, and members of staff will help you as well. So what else do I need to say? So to conclude tonight then, I just want to introduce a closing song, which I love. I'm not going to sing it. It's for the band. You'll all be relieved. I've done my bit tonight. I've won my bet. Just to say that one day, a year like this will see us right. Good night, everyone. Thank you.